The relaxation response is a very specific breathing technique that actually I've used at St George's for coming up to 9 years. But it was actually only 2 years ago when I went to Harvard Medical School, I realised that they discovered this technique, in fact, about 30 years ago. And what they found is that, you know, if there was a loud bang outside, we'd all do this, wouldn't we? We'd all jump. What's that? And we'd evaluate. Is it danger? Should we run, you know? Or should we, oh, it's okay, it's a car, backfired. Now, that response is a natural thing that happens, and it's to help us survive, to get out of the way. If it was something there, we can run. But obviously, when we're thinking of things, be it, say, exams, be it whatever it is that, you know, that may cause us to have stress, the body doesn't go, oh, she's worrying about work, that's not serious. It triggers the same chemicals in the body that go, is a tiger about to come in the room, or it's a loud bang, is it dangerous? So the body's constantly doing this. And so it naturally doesn't, with the same speed, go, oh, I'm all right, I'm all right. You know, we think about it again, maybe things to do with work, studying, whatever. And so the body's always going, is it danger, and chemicals firing off in the body. And the brilliance with this technique, the relaxation response, is it is through breathing technique. It allows the exact opposite of that rising, as we call it, the arousal of the stress response. To protect us, it allows the absolute opposite to happen in the body, which communicates to the body, it's okay. So we often say at the end of the day to use this technique. If you've had a particularly stressful day, you can use it. And with this breathing technique, the gentleman, the cardiologist who discovered it was actually a gentleman called Dr. Benson in America. And he was originally studying people who were meditating. And they said, can you study us, our molecular activity, our cellular activity? We think something's going on in our body. And he, to begin with, he was saying, no way, you know, I'm at Harvard, I don't do things like this. And eventually they pushed him so much, he said, okay, you guys come in the back door at night time, I'm going to measure you, don't suppose there'll be any difference. And he was absolutely stunned to see that the stress response, all the chemicals that will be fired up in the body start to reduce. And he tried different ways, and they finally worked out, and they've done over 30 years, a huge amount of studies, and 125, you know, big scientific articles, etc., and more, and it's growing all the time. What's happening in the body? They even have people doing the relaxation response in MRIs, so they can see what's happening in the brain. And the parts of the brain to do with sort of consciously thinking, they start to slow down. And the parts of the brain that are, if say we do prayer or in meditation or getting close to sleep, but that's a different part of the brain, other parts of the brain that are much more to do with these calmer states start to become active. And I've seen the scans, they are phenomenal. And the brilliance is, it's how we're designed. And you know, so we're designed to jump, to protect, and we're equally through the breath. And so that's just the background, just to let you know. And I've got a little handout, and at the bottom of that is a website, and it is Dr. Benson's website. I mean, he is a practicing cardiologist, and he's Associate Professor of Medicine at Harvard Medical School, and there are hundreds and hundreds of medical students now going through and learning about this relaxation response, because we just think it's absolutely fantastic that we've got this skill. You know, all of us want to say, yeah, guys, whatever you know, and you can use it on the bus, in the plane, before you sleep, in the bath, whatever. So the essence of it is, as I said, it's a breathing technique. And there are 3 things to remember. Is we focus on the breath, and I'll just talk you through the way of doing it. The second is to think of, as Liz said, we call it a focus word. Focus word, it could be focus prayer, it could be a short sentence. It's completely in your belief system, so whatever's helpful. So it could be relax, calm, peace, one. It could be a prayer, whatever you want, okay? So, and you can change it as you think, oh, I actually feel more want to say something else, then say that. The goal is just to interrupt the everyday chatter that's going on in the brain that can keep triggering the body to go, is it a tiger? So it's to absolutely interrupt that inner dialogue. And in that interruption, the body can then go into this relaxation response. And what they've shown, and this is what's amazing, because I think without the science we would never know this is possible, 60 seconds is all it takes. So in 1 minute, with you guys, as Liz started you off saying as you start doing the breathing, doing the relaxation, you know, in 1 minute, your body is starting to go into the relaxation response, which is the equivalent of when we're sleeping. That's when the body's repairing. And they've seen that the body goes to such a deep level of relaxation in about between 10 and 15 minutes compared to 6 hours of sleep it takes us to get to that level of relaxation. So it's a wonderful tool and technique to have. The talk about it takes a lot longer than actually doing it. But I like to share it because it's just such a great technique to have. But so the essence is the breathing, the focus word on exhale. They found is the different, not on inhale, interesting, it's on exhale. This is how the physiology will change, the body's response will change to stress. And then the third is what they call this passive disregard of everyday thoughts. So as you're starting it, you might go, oh, I meant to do this, oh, didn't do this, didn't phone this person. Don't go, oh, it's not working because I've got lots of thoughts coming in. Just say to those thoughts, oh well. If that feels comfortable to say it in that way, in that tone. Again, they've found that that's a very quick way for the body, the mind actually, to go, oh, I don't need to worry about it, put that there. She's not saying shush, go away to those thoughts, which can often make the mind sort of come back and say, oh, but I didn't hear me. It just says, oh, well. And just think, oh, I've got to catch the next exhale, and then breathe out again. And then another thought will come in. Catch the next exhale, and keep going. And if you can do it for beyond a minute, you can be sure your body's already going into the relaxation response. But if you can do it for anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes, you're really having a benefit. You don't need to longer than 20 minutes. And that's it. You can use it before you go to sleep. That's one of the best ways that we say. You know, it sets you up beautifully for relaxed sleep.